able to join us, Mayor Watson, as well as Councillor Marianne Wilkinson and Councillor Eli Elshantieri. So pleased that you were able to take the time to join us. As well, I believe Catherine Cobbs is with us.
Moi, je m'appelle Euphrasie, comme ma collègue m'a introduit. Alors, je m'appelle Euphrasie, je suis membre du conseil d'administration de CAWI, une ville pour toutes les femmes. Et puis aussi, je travaille comme agente de développement communautaire au centre communautaire de santé du sud-est de CAWI.
The mayor is here. I would like to have him and Councillor Elshantieri as deputy mayor. Councillor Hoff is where the home is. So she wants to be here as well. So we're all very happy in council to be here. And I'm going to ask the mayor if he would make the presentation of the certificate.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for coming out in such good numbers. And I was originally not able to attend. I was in the East End at another event, but it ended a little early. So Marianne was kind enough to present the certificate to Ms. Adan on my behalf, but here I am. I'm going to be presenting it on behalf of me. So I'd just like to read, there was a beautiful story, I think, in the Citizen about your award, and what a wonderful picture and a wonderful tribute to you and for all you have done. And I want to thank CAWI very much. Let me just read this to you. Letter of commendation presented to Fartuun Adan, Executive Director, Elma Peace and Human Rights Center. In recognition of her outstanding achievements as a national leader, advocating for the rights of women and children in Somalia, as well as for supporting their progress towards democracy. Ms. Adan has also distinguished herself as the founder of Sister Somalia, the first Somalian rape crisis center dedicated to helping women to be valued, confident, and heard. On behalf of all members of City Council, au nom de tous les membres du Conseil municipal de la ville d'Ottawa, we want to also acknowledge Ms. Adan for being honored with the 2013 International Women of Courage Award, presented on March 8, 2013, by the American First Lady, Michelle Obama. Please come and accept this.
We also have a small gift for you to keep. Because this is rather big and bulky and you can't only look at it. This you can actually use. This is going to go to...
I know we're not like Michelle Obama.
That's right. Catherine said we're not like Michelle Obama. She's more famous than we are. But, we thought it was important, since you were recognized internationally by the Secretary of State, John Kerry, and obviously the First Lady, that we also want to share in the great work that you've done as your hometown representatives, to congratulate you. And again, my thanks to CAWI and all of the volunteers who have come here to celebrate your success that you've done both internationally as well as nationally and locally. Alors encore, félicitations. Thank you for allowing us to come and present this small token of appreciation. We wish you continued success. And on behalf of Councillor Hobbs, who is your ward councillor, and Councillor Wilkinson and our Deputy Mayor Eli Elshantieri, It's my pleasure to bring greetings on behalf of all members of the council. Maura would be here. They've been in a 12-hour planning committee meeting. And Catherine and I have to head back now. She's at planning committee, and I'm at an event to honor business students from across the country. So congratulations. Thank you. Merci.
I'd like to add just one little thing. It's all because of CAWI. Because CAWI was here. You have a model to follow.
Words and félicitations, Fartuun. And as Councillor Wilkinson mentioned, it's a special moment for Fartuun. Fartuun graduated from CAWI Civic Participation Training in 2006. And I'd like to give you and share with you a little bit of Fartuun's background and her history. Fartuun and her husband worked for years as peace activists, advocating for education as an alternative to violence and to lift Somalia out of the 20-year cycle of civil conflict. They jointly coined the popular Somali peace mantra, put down the gun and pick up the pen. Following the assassination of her husband by warlords, Fartuun Adan arrived in Canada in 1999 seeking refugee status. In 2009, to revitalize the Elman Peace and Human Rights Center, formed Sister Somalia, Somalia's first rape crisis center. As executive director, Fartuun had championed human and women's rights.
We are doing all this is just because of funding that we received from several organizations also, and we need to recognize that. So tonight we are pleased to recognize those who funded this work in the past: Status of Women Canada, Ontario Trillium Foundation, Community Foundation of Ottawa, and United Way Ottawa. It is because of the contribution of the PSAC, Social Justice Fund, and the Grey Sisters that we are able to hold this event today. And those who have been contributed also in memory of Margaret Queen. We don't want to just forget that. And thank you very much for our funders.
Fartuun worked alongside her husband advocating for peace and education in Somalia for years before warlords assassinated her husband in 1996. Fartuun then fled to Canada, and she raised their 3 daughters there as refugees. But in 2007, with Mogadishu torn apart by violence, Fartuun returned home to continue her work for justice and reconciliation in Somalia. She started with pressing problems that are far too often absolutely ignored in patriarchal societies: rape and other sexual gender-based violence like child marriage. Her program, called Sister Somalia, supports survivors of sexual violence in unprotected hands, and that has helped more than 400 Somali women get a safe new start on life. And she has reached out to help hundreds of former child soldiers in order for them to be able to reintegrate into society, offering them an education and job training. Many are now working as teachers, electricians, mechanics, and they're filling the good jobs that Somalia needs in order to recover from more than 2 decades of violence.
We know that the work you're doing is work that women here in Canada are doing and are doing all over the world, you know. And we're so proud that you've taken your experience here and built on your experience there, which for the first time is now translated into Somali.
Fartuun, I'd like you to take Roger avec nous son merveilleux travail qu'elle fait en Somalie. Merci.
I'm so happy to be here. I feel I'm home. Ottawa is my home. I have the opportunity to come here in Canada with my children, and they get the chance to get the education here, to learn a lot of things. And that, when I go back to Somalia, I saw a lot of women and young girls, they didn't get the chance we got. And that makes me, I have to work hard. I know I can't move them, all of them, but I have to do something when it comes to the women's rights, especially young girls. It was the silence for too long. Nobody was saying anything. Nobody was doing anything. It was one of the things we are ashamed of it. We don't want to say it. The women are getting raped, but we're not saying it because it's all the stigma and the shame, everything involved. We have to hide it. I have girls, and when I saw those young girls, it's the same thing. It's the same to me because they didn't get the opportunity, but are the same. So to stand up and say, this is not right, we have to change. And that's how we started Sister Somali. It was another pressure for me. My daughters were saying, oh, Mama, we lost our father, we don't want to lose you. That was the biggest one. I was thinking, okay, what am I going to do? I have to do something, otherwise, it's who's gonna? We waited so long and nobody was saying anything. I talked to them. I said, okay, I know it's a risk, but I can't just sit and wait. And I know I can't change. We need a rule of law. We need a government. But at the same time, someone has to say something. So that's how we started Sister Somalia. And when we actually working with that, having the scarf in CAWI, I was thinking, how we can have this involved with CAWI. So we get the picture with the big, to say Sister Somali with the young girls or in Somalia, we saw the picture. They didn't know where the scarf, the idea came, but I knew. I said, okay, we're gonna have a picture like this scarf. They were happy. And when we started the hotline, it worked a few months, but it was too risky for us. People are calling us saying, you can't do this, you can't talk like this, you can't. So we have to stop the hotline, but we have the crisis. Women are coming. And I feel, when I'm in Mogadishu, I always go to the IDP camp. I talk to them. That's who I am. I like to be involved. And it seems it's changing, because the last government we had, they were denying. This government, they're not denying, but still they're not doing anything. So we have to push it as much as we can. It's risky involved, but at the same time, that's what I chose. I can stay in Ottawa. I'm safe. I don't have to worry. But I chose to go back and to do this work. When I got the recognition in the United States, I didn't expect that. I didn't know, nobody knew what I'm doing it. But I was passionate about it and I liked it, what I was doing it. And when they called me and said, you achieved this award, I was thinking, what? Nobody saw me what I was doing.
Hold it.
I don't know.
Fartuun, hold it.
It's like this.
Just got this one, it's going to go.
When certain day you need courage, just wear your necklace and think of all the women that are behind you, all the women of CAWI that are behind you, and they give you all their love, their affection, and their tenderness. Thank you.
Wow.
I love
Don J, could you come forward again, please? We have a little necklace to present to you as well.
plaisir de te donner le collier aux couleurs de CAWI. Si certains jours tu as besoin de courage, pense à nous, car toutes les femmes de CAWI sont derrière toi, ok, avec leur amour, leur affection et leur tendresse. Nous t'aimons, Donnie.
Merci, Christine. And I'd like to call Connie to come and present a little gift to both Donji and Fartuun.
I just want to say what an honor it is to meet trailblazers, and the fact that you're women is also a real honor. What I'm going to do is present you with a facilitation guides that we've developed, and may you enjoy them and receive, use them in the ways that we were able to do so, and may it bring a lot of joy and work with. Thanks. Somali deni ahadin sinnatay, Somali deni ahadin sinnatay, waswala say, Somali deni no sadi palo somate, Sehan, Nasihan, Sochiru, Siweru, Fechino, Subhanakudate, Sinakumahumade, Subhanakudate, Sinakumahumade, Wasuwana Sale, Aradura Salama, Wasuwana Sale, Aradura Salama, Nilla Sedo, Sehan, Sehan, Nilla Sedo, Sehan, 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 Sochedu, Siweru, Fechino, Somali Dimidogo, Bahati Bahaye, Samate, Somali Dimidogo, Sahaki Bahaye, Samate, Anilla Sedo, Sehan, 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 Sochedu, Siweru, Fechino.
And I'd like to take a moment to recognize CAWI for the wonderful work that they do. Their slogan, "Our Views Matter," I think is very appropriate. And you've just been tremendous, Suzanne and her team, the members of the Styling Committee, all members who participated in civic training. I think you're fabulous, and as an organization or an association, I think you've made your mark in terms of helping women move forward and speak up their mind and help people in the world. So take a moment and recognize CAWI. And on behalf of the City of Ottawa, I'd like to say thank you to everyone for coming this evening and for recognizing this special moment for Fartuun.